Beijing, Bloomberg, as the icy winds of northern China seeped through Mr. Liu Yingang's single-pane windows, the new gas-fired heater in the kitchen sat idle. There was no gas. The 59-year-old laborer was among hundreds in Lirangian village, south of Beijing, who had been waiting months for gas since the Communist Party banned coal to ease the region's infamous smog. When Mr. Liu complained that his 8-year-old grandson couldn't sleep through nights as cold as -9 degrees Celsius, one local official told him to wait patiently. Authorities eventually relented earlier this month and let villagers burn coal again. But Mr. Liu's anger was still fresh during a visit to Lirangian on Friday, December 15. The regular people are at the bottom of society, the peasants are the lowest, he said. The party is on top. Mr. Liu and his family sit on the front lines of China's biggest policy reversal since President Xi Jinping secured a second 5-year term in October and pledged to unleash an iron hand against pollution. Across the country, officials obediently banned coal, causing natural gas sales to surge 19% this year through October, before backtracking as they struggled to find supplies and connect villages to a centralized gas pipeline network. The episode exposes a potential pitfall as Mr. Xi amasses greater power to force reforms through China's vast bureaucracy. Change can sometimes happen too fast. While residents of wealthier Beijing breathe cleaner air, the heating shortages risk undercutting Mr. Xi's promise to improve the lives of the poor. People are really gung-ho about implementing central mandates right now, and that's just as big a problem as being intransigent, said Mr. Andrew Polk, co-founder of research firm Trivium China in Beijing. It used to be under-implementation that was the problem. And now it's over-implementation. A similar problem arose last month in Beijing when the municipal government urged greater care after its mass evictions of migrant workers, a move that helped fulfill Mr. Xi's push to cap the capital's population at 23 million, generated criticism on social media. The heating mess was exacerbated in part by a July order from the National Development and Reform Commission tying the performance of local officials to their success replacing coal with gas. An official from Hebei province, where Mr. Liu Yingang lives, told the China Youth Daily newspaper on December 12 that local authorities had overshot their target of getting rid of coal heaters in 1.8 million rural households by more than 700,000. Faxes requesting comment from the Hebei provincial government and the local Langfang city government, which has jurisdiction over villages in the area, went unanswered on Tuesday. The speedy shift overwhelmed a country that got just 6% of its energy from natural gas in 2015, compared with 64% from coal, according to BP plc. The resulting shortages drove up fertilizer costs, slowed factories, and forced state-run energy companies to send gas trucks some 2,300 kilometers to restore heat to homes. What the government failed to consider is the complexity of gas infrastructure installation and farmers' ability to afford such fuel, said Mr. Tian Miao, an energy specialist at Everbright Sun Hung Keiko, a wealth management firm in Beijing.